The standard issue gun for the New California Republic, the service rifle, is an absolutely iconic weapon in Fallout New Vegas, as well as a fan favorite, so that's why today I wanted to show it some love and ask if you can beat Fallout New Vegas using only the service rifle. I'm really hoping some of you understand why I named my character this, because I thought it was pretty funny. Specials are a typical setup for gun runs, mostly intelligence, agility, and luck, as, the service rifle is a gun. Believe it or not, I didn't realize that until this run. I thought it was an energy weapon. Anyways, guns, repair, and medicine for my tag skills as a pretty standard setup, as well as trigger disciplined and skilled for traits. One of these days I'll actually pick something else. And heading out into Good Springs. My first stop was actually not Chet's store for once. Imagine that. No, I ran off to grab Sunny Smiles so that I could do the tutorial, even though I didn't really do it, mostly because she actually hands you a little chunk of 5.56 ammo right at the beginning of the game, which I would need for the service rifle. I headed off to Chet's after that so that I could stock up on stim packs as well as see if he by chance had a service rifle. I don't think he can sell one, but I figured I would check anyways. Now I begin my journey out into the Mojave looking for, well, you guessed it, the service rifle. Normally, I would just go to Mojave Outpost and pick up the one that Ranger Jackson gives you after completing his little quest, but you have to kill some ants to do that, so that gun is kind of out of the question for this run since, well, I can't really kill anything since I don't have a service rifle yet. I spent some time kind of wandering around thinking about where I wanted to go and where I wanted to look. I figured the gun runners would be my best bet, so I just headed off to discover Hidden Valley as well as pass by Black Mountain. Also stopping by to discover Eldorado Substation for later. I figured I would side with Mr. House or Yes Man this run because I figured it'd be kind of ironic to murder the NCR with their own gun. I did find a service rifle for sale at the 188 trading post, which I did buy with a small chunk of ammo, and then promptly tested it out on a prospector. I'm surprised that he ate that many bullets to the head. I then had karma by getting my head blown off by a grenade. Not sure why it crippled my head and nothing else, but, well, Fallout. Anyways, back on my journey, and I was heading to the Gunrunners. Gunrunners were pretty much necessary for this run because, well, they had service rifle as well as service rifle mods and a shit ton of 5.56 ammo. My favorite being the armor-piercing rounds, which I would need to stock up on because I was going to have to take on the Brotherhood again, and of course, I'm going to need armor-piercing rounds for that. I didn't actually go into the strip yet because, one, I didn't have quite enough caps, or maybe I did, I don't really remember. I just wanted to go deal with some other stuff, so I headed off towards Prim for some reason, and killed some powder gangers on the way there, and then decided, you know what, let's murder all the NCR troopers right outside Prim with their own standard issue rifle. The NCR actually put up a decent bit of a fight, and I blew through almost all of my ammo here, which was not great, but I did manage to pick up a good chunk of weapons and armor to sell for later. I didn't really have good armor at this point either, as I was still just using basic leather armor. I hadn't went off and, killed civilians or bribed the gun runners to give me military-grade armor yet. Nobody was safe in the NCR camp, though, not even Lieutenant Hayes and his personal bodyguard. I put them down without second thought, and then went and stocked up on some more ammo before heading off on my next little step of the journey, which I wasn't really done with Prim yet, so I spent some time clearing out the convicts. They all kind of congregated on this one tiny broken down building when I got there, and I'm not entirely sure why. I've never really seen that happen before, and then I got ambushed by an NCR hit squad. They told me I had 3 days to fix my reputation, but we all know that I don't do that. I just slaughter people that get in my way because I like their free stuff to sell. I love loot. I gotta have stuff to sell, man. I'm greedy. I somehow always end up with a copious amount of caps in these runs too because I just hoard everything and sell it off. I never make unnecessary purchases either. Back on the road, I got into a fight with some jackals and promptly got assaulted by bugs that were biting my ass cheeks during the entire thing, which was not fun. This happened multiple times. I don't know why the ants kept third-partying me during this. It got kind of annoying, but it was also pretty amusing, so I'll kind of, just ignore it and pretend that it makes good content. I also figured I would take out all of the Legionnaires in Nipton because, well, I'm kind of using the NCR gun. I feel obligated to kill off some of the Legion at least. I kind of have to. I might not be cosplaying the NCR this run, or siding with them, but there's no reason that I can't just slaughter the Legion with a gun that's slaughtered so many of them prior to that. Back to the gunrunners to stock up on a little bit more ammo, and then I killed a couple random civilians because I wanted armor. I love this Wasteland Legend that just sits outside of Freeside because he's just a free suit of combat armor early on, although it's usually like 15% health, so I gotta go spend money on repairing it anyways. I got into a fight with another group of NCR troopers, which was kind of scary since they had big boy guns, and my little tiny small boy assault rifle didn't do very good against their heavy, thick armor. I don't know where I'm going with that joke, but we're just gonna pretend that I had something to say there. Then it was off to deal with the boomers, because regardless of who I was going to side with, whether it be Mr. House or Yes Man, I still needed to pop a cap in Pearl's old ass to progress their questlines regardless, so that's exactly what I did. I also used some hollow point rounds, which were really damn good on Loyal and Jack, because they had, no armor. The boomers really don't wear armor, so it was back to Freeside to just, kill a couple civilians, as well as just go in and assault the kings, as I normally do. I have no idea why I wasn't using hollow points here. Looking back on that, that was kind of stupid of me, considering the kings don't really wear armor either, but let's be honest, they're not much of a challenge anyways, except for Rex, who always seems to put me in a corner, knock me down, and then just bite my ass for a couple seconds, so I don't know why. There's definitely a joke to be made there, but I'm not going to be the one to make it. Interpret that how you will. Anyways, back outside, I killed some more of the kings, as well as, of course, had to go off and shoot my favorite person in the head, old Ben. I really don't know why I kill him every playthrough. It's just become kind of a staple of every one of my New Vegas runs. Same with kind of slaughtering certain factions, like the kings, the Omertas. Speaking of the Omertas, they're getting shot at right now. I almost died in here a couple times, actually, because the Omertas really do a lot of damage. Plus, I'm pretty sure my combat armor broke at some point. It didn't help the fact that as soon as I was done with the Omertas, for some reason the Securitrons were pissed off and started killing me on my way to both the Lucky 38 and the Tops. While I was at the Tops, I actually decided to not just put Benny in his room this time around, and I committed a mass shooting by just pulling out a semi-automatic assault rifle and mowing down a bunch of, civilians that were just trying to have fun and gamble. For some reason, Benny didn't really react to me killing everyone in his casino and just kind of stood there and took the bullets like a champ. Once I was done with the Tops, the game of course crashed, which was absolutely fantastic. Don't know why New Vegas has been giving me issues lately, but once I was back in, I of course killed Ilario. Yes, Ilario was here because I killed Vulpes earlier, and decided that I was going to be siding with Yes Man because for some reason I just had a really big urge to just go up and shoot Mr. House. With Mr. House out of the way, I went ahead and talked to Yes Man so that I could start doing his questline of meeting the different factions, killed a couple more Triggermen outside, one of which was performing the "it's a feature, not a bug" live right in front of me, and then I was off to deal with the White Gloves. The White Gloves are honestly pushovers when I have anything other than a Switchblade because for some reason they just are walking around with canes. You would think that you want your casino security to walk around with more than a literal walking stick to, hurt people that are trying to rob or otherwise kill you, but, well, they're pathetic. So it was back to the gunrunners, again, to buy more ammo, which I did for about 20 minutes because I was off to deal with the Brotherhood next. For some reason, the sky looked really weird here, I'm not entirely sure what that was about, and then I went into the bunker to start clearing out the Brotherhood of Steel Paladins. I was surprised that the armor-piercing rounds did as much damage as they did, which was, lucky on my part, because that meant there was less time and, of course, less resources wasted in the Brotherhood of Steel bunker, although I did get crippled a lot in here because goddamn Gauss rifles. At least I haven't been noob-tubed this playthrough. Yet. Anyways, the Brotherhood were dead, so next up was the cons. I will spare you the walk there because literally nothing happened. I didn't run into anything that was related to combat, so I just, cut that out because I don't think you guys want to see me walking for 10 minutes. Anyways, the cons went down without too much of a fight, and it was pretty nice because a lot of them had 5.56 rounds on them, which meant that I could pretty much profit in ammo from killing them. Outside, I had a couple more people to deal with that were pretty angry that I just shot up their entire family inside. I also committed a quick war crime by just killing a bunch of sleeping people. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure if that's actually a war crime, but you know what, it probably is somewhere. Anyways, back to the Lucky 38, and Yes Man inserted himself into the mainframe, which meant that I got to do one of my favorite things in New Vegas, and that's listen to Yes Man upgrade the Securitrons. I know I absolutely complain about Mr. House doing it, but when it's Yes Man, I actually enjoy it because it's kind of funny, so I'll let it slide. I then went AFK to, I'm pretty sure, go downstairs and get ice cream because it was like 103 degrees while I was recording this, so that was fun. And I was really hot and I just wanted ice cream. Don't judge me. Anyways, back to dealing with the main quest, and it was time for Eldorado Substation, where I just slaughtered the NCR troopers, who went down really easily. I'm not sure why they had like next to no HP. It was kind of weird, because my gun skill was maxed out pretty early on, so the NCR shouldn't have really taken that much more damage. Also, I went to Black Mountain because I wasn't really ready for the Battle of Hoover Dam yet because I wanted to go kill Tabitha. I made sure to kill the Nightkin that had Annabelle first because I didn't feel like getting noob tubed. I almost did, but I didn't. Luckily, Tabitha went down pretty easily, which isn't surprising to me. I mean, she's pretty much a pushover on all these runs at this point. The second battle of Hoover Dam was pretty fun because I'd pissed off pretty much every major faction at this point, so the cons were aggroed to me, the NCR was aggroed to me, the Legion hated me, of course, but that's, that's normal for me. But the NCR was pretty pissed off, so I had to contend with all of the factions at once. I mean, the Great Khans weren't really an issue. There's like 3 of them that appear here. I'm not sure why there's not more of them here fighting with the Legion. It would make sense to me, but you know what? I'm not going to get into that. Anyways, the NCR heavy troopers also went down without too much of a fight, and I slaughtered pretty much anybody else that was in my way in the dam so that I could go over and blow up the dam. I kinda neglected to go to the fort again. I don't know why I always seem to forget to do that on a Yes Man run, because like Mr. House requires you to do it, so I think that's why I do it on Mr. House runs, but on the Yes Man runs, I just kind of space it usually, so sorry about that. That actually would have been fun now that I'm thinking about it, because I could have spent a lot of time just slaughtering Legionnaires, although I probably would have had to spend a good chunk of time restocking on ammo now that I think about it. Anyways, back to dealing with the Praetorians and the Legate. I just took pretty much all the drugs that I had before killing the Legate, which he went down very, very quickly because, again, Securitron with me that's leveled up, so noob tubes. The Legate was down in about 5 seconds, but the Securitron stole my kill, so I had to obviously put him in his place and show him that that's not okie dokie. And then General Oliver arrived. I didn't really feel like dealing with his dialogue because he kind of annoys me as a character, so I basically just told him to piss off and die, and then started slaughtering all the NCR with their own weapon. It's just great. I love the service rifle, man. Not as good as the survivalist rifle, though. That actually might be a weapon that I need to do a run with. But I proved that yes, you can beat Fallout New Vegas using only the service rifle. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please leave any suggestions in the comments below. This video idea actually did come from a comment that I saw the other day, so if you'd like to hopefully get me to do a video, I would appreciate you leaving suggestions below. I'm totally not just running out of ideas. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.